unfortunately, um, there was a bit of a hiccup here. Good afternoon to you, and welcome to this brand new feature here. And sometimes these things do not go according to plan, but there we go. Um, that is what goes on here, and I do hope that um, you can hear me. It not the ideal thing. Sorry about that. If you are watching, welcome to YouOrns pre-match live. Yes, indeed. A bit of a technical snafu, as can sometimes happen, but it's great to have you here, Larkin. I do hope that you are doing well. Again, apologies for the delay. The technical snafu happened, but it's nice to have you aboard here. Thank you very much, Larkin. At the moment, sorry about that. I'm sure that maybe there have been others who have been trying to locate this stream, but there was a bit of an issue technically. I have not done this before, so I had it all set up yesterday. But today, for some strange reason, it didn't work. So apologies for that. Welcome aboard here. I must tell you that it is certainly good to have you here. Larkin, thank you very much. And it is match day number one. Match day number one here for Watford. It's great to see the Rookery has the flags back. That's exciting to know. Watford FC taking on Queen's Park Rangers at the Vic at the top of the next hour. So we are 45 minutes away from the very first kick of a brand new season for the Orns in the EFL Championship. The lineups were just released about 15 minutes ago, exactly 15 minutes ago. And the lineup that your Orns will be coming out onto the pitch with in just a short minute or two, well, a few minutes, so they'll be kicking off at the top of the hour. And Val Ishmael has started his very first game with Watford with this lineup. Backman, Ngakia, Sierralta, Hoot, Porteous, Loser, Sema, Bio, Deli Bashiru, Martins, and Morris, with the substitutes Hamer in goal, Livermore, Kone, Healy, Pollock, Chexfazadi, Aspria, Kayembe, and Andrews. So what you have now is a very, very interesting lineup. I don't know what you think of this, but Bio will be going up top, obviously, and I don't know if he's got really too much else there. Morris is James Morris. He will be on the left back side. On the right side, it's Ngakia. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I would like to see that too. I thought that that would have happened. Healy obviously is not going to score in the first 15 minutes of the game unless something happens. Larkin, yeah, I hope so too. Larkin, will they come on? We'll see. We'll see what happens today. And Backman, the first game as captain officially to start with. Nice to see that he's going to be in goal as he's been. Anything about this lineup that bothers you beyond the start, beyond having some of the new signings off this start list? Livermore off the start list. Of course, one name I don't see there is Tom Ince, so must mean that he has either some kind of injury or he's just not ready. But look, I think the lineup isn't bad. I'm happy that Ngakia is getting a start because I think Ngakia needs a chance. I think this is his last chance now. Jeremy Ngakia, at this point in his career with Watford, has gone sideways a lot with the injuries. We'll see what happens with him. As far as I'm concerned, I do think, though, he needs to have one last chance here. And I think Val Ishmael obviously has given that to him. Loser, of course, in there as well. Deli Bashiru, nice to see him getting a chance. I think that Deli Bashiru, for me, has to get a chance as well. He's had a lot of injuries. Sahil, welcome aboard for you. For me, on paper, says Sahil, it doesn't look like the strongest team in the league. We are a few additions short at the minute. Yeah, I think we are. I don't think that we did the kind of business that we were capable of doing. That's one thing I had not mentioned. But I do think that, look, it's a start. I don't think this is going to be a final squad, obviously, because you still got the transfer window that's going to be shutting in the next few weeks. But yeah, right now, a little bit light. I would agree with you there, Sahil. And then Larkin, you have said hopefully we can make a few more signs before the window ends. Yeah, I'm hoping that as well. And we will see indeed if that will take place. At this point, not sure if it will, but I can't imagine, Larkin, that they would sit with what they've got now. As far as a first and final squad is concerned, you've got to think there's going to be a couple more additions and a couple of subtractions. But Sierralta looks pretty good in there. Looks good in there. Porteous, solid. I know he is. Hurt. I want them both to be more dynamic this season. Sahil says it's good to get the first game out of the way. Let's get rid of all the cobwebs and grind out a win. Yep, I think that's going to be something that we'll need to do today. It may not be very flashy today for the first, but I hope that Watford get over the line. I believe they will. Larkin says our defense is solid, he says, but we lack depth up top. Yes, I think we do. I think we lack a bit of imagination up top too there, Larkin, and you've added that they don't have the quality. Yeah, I think we lack a bit of imagination up top. I think that what's happened, Larkin, is that we've been so invested in trying to get the balance right in terms of the mindset and the mentality that I think there's this focus on a very tight knit, I should say, group of players with a mentality that says, let's get out there and be push and push. But that's what's going on at the minute, the Larkin. The quality is not there, and we'll see if it happens. The problem, says Bio, says Sahil, is Bio or Healy are not 30-goal strikers. Yeah, I agree. I think that we've got a situation, Sahil, where we have a very short strike force. It's very short up top, very thin up top. I don't think that Bio by himself can carry this team. Healy by himself can't carry this team, I don't think. And I don't know what Healy's going to be like coming from a League side or League Two side or whichever it was, like Toulouse, and come here to Vicarage Road and put 20 goals in the back of the net. I don't think any of these players by themselves are 20, 25 goal scorers in the championship. But I think there's going to be a striker by committee here. I think that's what happens. Tom Ince, I'm not so sure either of. The jury's still out on all of these players, but we'll see if there is another striker who comes in. Hopefully, says Larkin, Healy can shine and do better than all our previous strikers like Byron Davis. Yeah, Bio was a letdown last season. I thought he was going to be better, Larkin, but that obviously has not been the case, was not the case. And, yeah, I hope, Sahil, that we are proved wrong. I'm not so sure, though. And I don't know what Queen's Park Rangers have. I've not really had the time to look at what they've had or what they have, but they're going to be out here determined. They're going to come out with nothing to lose today. But definitely Watford, looking at their lineup today, it doesn't jump out at you. It really doesn't. I like the fact that Deli Bashiru, TDB, is getting a chance. I like the fact that Ngak is getting a chance. But beyond those two players, nothing really jumps out at you with this starting lineup. Larkin, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Vicarage Road. Enjoy the game. And Larkin, take care of yourself. We'll be back, of course, on Twitter Spaces later on. And, of course, as well on Instagram Live. I want to thank you, Larkin, for your patience. Thank you. And enjoy the game there at the Vic. Thank you very much, Larkin. Take care of yourself, mate. Thank you. All the awful songs they're playing at the Vic now. I wonder what the weather's like there, Larkin. I wonder what the weather's like at the Vic today. I hope that you stay dry. I hope it's not too terrible weather-wise. No, Sahil, I can't see where the goals are. It's a good question. I'm a little concerned. Tom Ince a bit, again, his prime has really been passed at this moment. And I'm not so sure about him. I don't know where the goals are coming from. I think that it's going to be quite an interesting forecast on the goals. Wow, pouring down all day long. Wow, dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that, Sahil. Oh my heavens, not something that I was hoping to hear, but there we go. Sahil, thank you very much indeed, and we'll see about the pitch. and the endeavour of this Watford side coming up at the top of the next hour in just over 30 minutes time. I do want to thank those of you who have come in and been patient. There was a hiccup on the streaming. For some reason, things just did not work out. But now up and running for the next 3 or 4 minutes before we say goodbye at the bottom of this hour in a few minutes' time. But I am not impressed with the lineup. I can't say that it jumps out at me. I would agree with you and with Larkin. Would have loved to see a bit more of the new signings be present in this lineup. But this is the key, and you've just said it, Sahil. Passion, and we want fight. We want energy today. We want energy and passion and fight from this team. That's what we want, even if Watford were to come out of here with a draw. We want to see a team that fights with spirit and heart, that plays for the shirt, and that is very much intent upon winning the ball and tracking back and getting involved and fighting for each other on that pitch as if you are on the battlefield. That's what this has to be now for Watford. They have to behave, Sahil, as if they are on a battlefield. And let's hope that they do that today. Valerian Ismail, Val is the kind of manager who doesn't take passengers and does not tolerate attitude or slacking off. If you got a bad attitude on this team, you're not going to be playing on it for very much longer. So let's see how that all materializes today. As you said, Sahil, the clear out has happened. These players have got to be the ones. They've been talking up in the papers. They've been talking up online on the Watford Observer. Sahil, I can tell you that. You know that as well. We know what's been going on. We know that Bio has been saying, oh, they haven't seen the real Bio. They haven't seen the real me. Well, you're in the lineup today starting now, Vakun Bio. Let's see what you're made of. Let's see who the real Bio is. Let's see. I am waiting to see that. He did not really shine last season. He had a few good moments, and then he really did not score at all after that, then got out on loan. So let's see whether the real Bio will stand up today at the Vic. I hope that they play this ball a lot further, a lot faster than they did last season. I don't want any sideways passing. I want forward-thinking football, and I want a lot of desire. Now, Sahil, you said Ishmael's pre-match talk. No, I didn't see that at all. I did see the interview with him. He did do an interview with Watford FC, but I didn't see any pre-match talk today or yesterday. Now, this is what you're saying, Sahil. He said the first day he started, 5 players turned up late. Oh, dear. 5 Watford players turned up late. Yeah, that is not going to get you anywhere, is it? And he says it was about changing the lazy attitude around the ground. Yeah, absolutely. That's good to hear from Val. I think that's a good thing from Val. He's telling you really what's going on, which you don't get from lots of managers, except for Chris Wilder, who was very honest about that last season as well. But it's nice to see that that is what Val Ishmael said. It's not nice that you had 5 players turning up late. That is not what you want here. And that's what you have to do, get this out, the culture of the club. And it's really despicable that this has been going on for a number of seasons now. So, yeah, I agree. As you said, Sahil, he doesn't take any nonsense, any rubbish. He doesn't care who you are at the club. If you don't have the right attitude and don't have the right mentality, you're out and you won't play. So, yeah, I'm so glad that all of these other players have gone. I think that that's correct. I think that's right. Now, let's see if the proof is in the pudding, Sahil. Will this lot show up? We will see if they do. Now he says everyone's on the same page. Sahil says, so let's see. And today will give us the idea of his brand of football and the player's attitude. Yes, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's hear it. Because, of course, Sahil, as you know well, there's been a lot of talk, but now let's see some action. Today is the time for action. Let's have it. That's what we want here now at Vicarage Road. It's match day 1 of a brand new season. It's going to be game 1 at the Vic. The crowd will be there. I know there's still a lot of things that I would like to see change around this club. Today, we're looking at the football particularly and focus specifically on that. Let's see what the atmosphere is like. Will the Vic be packed? I expect it will be now. I think it will. We will see what happens when it comes to this game in just over 30 minutes' time. Again, Daniel Backman, his attitude needs to change as well. He's now the captain. He's been given this responsibility. He has to put himself up there and actually show some leadership. So let's do that now. Let's do that now. It's a new day. I have not forgotten about last season. I have not forgotten about what this club needs to do to treat the fans with respect. And I certainly have not forgotten that we have a new manager. So let's see how that goes starting at the top of the next hour. And he has to get things going. All these players do. Val has to get things going. The ownership has to get things going. The brass and the front office has to get things going, the board and all the rest. So I am, by the way, Sahil, and you've asked this question, I am not happy really about the fact that Daniel Back was captain. I don't know that he was the right person for that, but they did it based on seniority because he was the most senior player after Cathcart and Cleverly, who's now an academy team coach, ended up being. So that's where my opinion is on that. I am not particularly enamored with 5 years. Look, Daniel Backman has to show a bit more comportment than he has in situations. We know what happened after the end of the Huddersfield game last season. That was only a few short months ago. He's throwing his gloves down on the pitch, and he wouldn't leave the field when he got sent off. It was a very poorly handled situation. He apologized for it. He's younger. I don't see too many leaders either. Daniel Backman now he's forced to be a leader because of this title now. He's got to live up to it. I would have said Ken Sema for captain. That's my view. And then Loser would have been the other captain for me after that as a choice. Ken Sema to me is the quiet leader, embodies that kind of spirit about the club now, about the team now. But Daniel Backman, you're stuck with him as captain. Let's see what he does. He has to lead by example. So, Sahil, that's my answer to you. And you said that you agree and you do not understand the decision either. And you look around the squad, do not see too many leaders. Yeah, that's something that would worry you. Not too many leaders beyond Backman. And I would say Ken Sema is a quiet leader as well. But we'll see. Now, I know you said you don't see Sahil. You're not really a fan of captains being goalkeepers, etc., etc. But there we go. Sahil, thank you very much indeed. It is just after 2:30 now. I do say take care to you and everyone watching who's watched. Thank you very much, Sahil. Be well, and I'll see you after the game. And don't forget, you